Hello everyone, welcome to our Equine Q&A. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to hand you over to our lecturers now, who will introduce themselves and tell you a bit more about the course. If you do have a question, pop it in the Q&A box and we'll do our best to answer them all. Right, I'm going to hand you over to Jo.
Hi, so my name's Jo. I'm one of the Equine lecturers here. I am a tutor for the level 2 group and for the first year level 3s. So please, if you've got any questions, if you're a new student, it'll probably be me that's your tutor. So please ask me anything. I tend to teach a lot of science and behaviour. I do teach all across the board. So if we've got any HE students on, I teach from level 2 all the way up to second year degree level at the moment. And if I pass you on to my colleague Alex, who will tell you a little bit about herself.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm also one of the Equine lecturers with Jo. So I teach from level 3 up to degree as well. So again, any HE questions, send them our way. Also, I am the level 3 second year tutor. So you'll see me in your second year if you're staying on for the second year on the level 3. We've got.
Lovely. So shall we start with some questions? Right, let's have a look. Someone has asked what uniform they need.
Should I take this?
Yeah.
So when you're on the yard, so any practicals, we have a student uniform, which is like a polo top, a jumper, and then again, when you're on the yard, it's jumpers, so plain dark jumpers, or we have beige jumpers as well. Suitable boots, so suitable yard boots. You'll all get sent a kit list as well before starting your course, so you'll have a kit list of everything you need. And then also on the yard, with practicals, you might need hat that's up to standard, gloves, those sorts of things as well.
So I am just going to share with you, if that's okay, if I can share with you our kit list. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry, this is fun. Okay, so your kit list will look a little bit like this. And it has everything that you'll need for the level 2 and for the level 3 course, which the level 3 will obviously go on to the second year as well. So this will be sent out soon, please don't worry. We haven't sent it yet because we are looking to get a new logo for our uniform. So I don't know whether you can see me or Alex at the moment, but our uniform currently looks like this. So that is going to be updated, so we'll have some new brand new uniform for you, so hence why we haven't sent this out yet. But we do require that you have a riding hat that has the PASS 015 standard with the British kite mark, so that's where I'm highlighting here. Your back protector, if you're riding, you will be jumping as well, so you need to be wearing a back protector. That's a level 3 with the purple label, and I think it says 2009 on it, Alex, do you remember? So the purple, it's a purple label anyway on the back protector, that's a level 3. Okay, but don't worry, this will be sent out to you very soon. Okay, any other questions? Here's the uniform.
So we've actually had a question from someone who's looking at our degree courses. So they just want to know a little bit more about the entry requirements. So obviously it says from 3 A levels, preferably 1 science. If they've done A level science, is it a major issue? I think that might be if they haven't done an A level in science, is it going to be an issue?
It is a science-based degree. Alex, do you want to talk a little bit more about UCAS points and entry requirements for this?
Yeah, let me just grab this up. So, hang on. Nope.
So I think whilst we're just waiting for Alex to bring up some information, it is a science-based degree, so it will make life a lot easier if you have done an A-level in science, in one of the sciences, especially biology. However, if you haven't, still please have a chat with us, because it might be that your strengths do lie. We could set you something like a bridging assignment, just see how you get on. It gives you a really good idea of what to expect of the course. So we can still have a discussion around it, and it's not necessarily the end of the world. It would be the UCAS points that we would be looking at. Alex?
Yeah, so for the entry requirements for the foundation degree, it is 72 UCAS points. It does say preferably one in a science subject. So as Jo said, you know, we would consider people who haven't necessarily got a science A level. Again, it depends on everybody's individual situation, previous experience. You know, if you've got equine experience as well, you know, then we can sort of look at that and take that into consideration.
Fantastic, thank you. We have had another question actually, saying, is there accommodation to live on campus?
Yes, there's accommodation. I've had a couple of students in accommodation this year on my level 2 and level 3, and they've really enjoyed being on site. So yes, there's definitely accommodation for our FE students, and there's some accommodation available for our HE students as well, so for our degree students. So yes, definitely have a little look. I have got some more information on accommodation. I don't know how much you'd like to know, but it is available from Sunday through till Friday, so you go home for the weekend. So it's available 5 days a week. I can talk you through costs, but basically there's everything available to make you as comfortable as possible. And there's a dedicated team of residential duty wardens that are on hand for everything that you might need, all in accordance with student services and with the national standards for accommodation of students under 18 within further education colleges. So I think, if I'm right, there's a tour, a virtual tour that you can have a look around the accommodation. Is that right? Yeah. So there's a tour available on. So at some point today you'll be able to go and have a look at that. So that'd be really good if you're interested in the accommodation. Is there an accommodations talk as well? I think there might be.
We've not got a talk, but I have put a link in our Q&A just to our page that's basically got all the information you need on accommodation. And then if you email them today, they'll be checking their emails, so they'll be able to get back to you with any queries. I don't think there's a tour available for the inside of the accommodation, but there's definitely the outside of the accommodation is displayed on some of our virtual tours.
Lovely. You get to see the beautiful campus. It is amazing here, so it's such a lovely place to live. And those of you that are equine and wanting to come and help out and things can do so. Yeah, have a chat with us about that, definitely.
So we've had a question about our level 2 horse care. What days of the week will that be taught on?
The timetable has not yet been finalised. Our level 2 students will be in 3 days. There's also BHS training that is an optional extra. So that might be another day that might be incorporated into your 3 days. But I think if you run on 3 days, but we don't know yet. Timetables haven't been finalised. Currently this year, our level 2 students were in on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so they had a beautiful long weekend, but I don't know how that's going to work next year, so we'll be able to keep you updated on that.
Yeah, lovely. Generally we do try to put something on the website about days of the week, but it doesn't really get confirmed until a little bit later, unfortunately, because we're still taking applications, so obviously we don't always know exactly where we're gonna put everyone until we've had all the applications.
Absolutely. So it depends how many students we have on the course, doesn't it? So so yeah, get applying and then we'll be able to sort that out sooner rather than later.
Lovely. So there's another question here about riding assessments. So someone said their riding assessment's been cancelled, so will another one be taking place?
Yeah, so unfortunately, due to the college being closed, we haven't been able to do 2 of our 3 ride assessments, which is really unfortunate. Yes, there will be the opportunity to do it, but it'll be closer to when we start in college. So enrolment is in August after you get your results from your GCSE exams and A-levels and things. And then we'll have induction week in September, which is your first week to come, and it's lots of tours, lots of showing you around, expectations for your time at college. The ride assessments will probably happen during that week, and then you'll find out whether you're on the riding or the non-riding pathway. So yes, please don't worry if it's been cancelled. It is going to be rearranged once the college is open again.
So I think the person who asked questions about entry requirements earlier has another question. Would you say 3 years experience working on a livery yard / equestrian centre equates to a solid understanding, or would you be able to send a taster of the work so I can see if I can understand it and I'm up to that level? I should clarify, this is for the degree course. So
no, perfect. Do you want to answer this one, Alex?
Yeah, all right. So with 3 years experience on a livery yard as well, it is depending on the work that you've actually been doing on the livery yard. We have had students before that from the other aspect, they've had not so much experience, but they have got the science, and then vice versa as well. So definitely something we could consider. It might be that you contact one of us after this, and then we can discuss obviously your individual situation, so we can give you more information with that. What we can do as well, sometimes we can provide like a bridging assignment, so we can see how that works, with your, again, the individual and the requirements needed for the foundation degree.
Essentially, I think 3 years experience would be wonderful, and we'd be really happy to have a chat with you, as you say, afterwards. One of us can give you a call, but yes, absolutely, we have some people come with a lot less experience than that, so that'd be absolutely great. And we are hoping to, or we're going to, those students that have applied already, we're looking at sending out like keep and warm activities and things, so that you get a really good idea and start to do some preparation for starting the course. So hopefully that'll give you a really good idea of what to expect and the sort of level that it would be. But we can definitely have a chat. I've got something that I can share with you. Bear with me a moment. Let's hope I bring up the right screen this time. So this is our progress map. Hopefully you can see the screen now. So this is for the modules for our foundation degree. So we have practical skills for the equine industry. We have that in first year and in second year. This gives you a really good understanding of what is expected if you're working in the business, in the industry, in a practical sense. We also have small business management, which again will help if you are looking in the future to set up your own business. There's small business management in the first year and small business enterprise in the second year. So all of these modules that are listed are first year and second year. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say then. But as you can see, there's a nice mixture of science, behaviour and business and practical skills. So your setting from having been on a livery yard or on a stables for 3 years already will have given you a really good insight into those modules that will be a really good platform to build on. So hopefully, if I should be able to share this. I might be able to share this link. I might have to do it afterwards, but I'll definitely be able to give you some more information on this. It's a really good, those of you that are FE, we love our progress map. It gives us all of the information that we need, which is fantastic. So these are all of the units for the level 2 course, and then we have our riding pathway and our non-riding pathway. Same for the level 3 here. So if you wanted to go from the level 2 onto the level 3, you need to get a merit at level 2. Level 3 diploma, these are the modules that you would be doing. Again, riding pathway, groom pathway. And then if you have a pass on that, you can go on to the second year where the information is here. And those of you that would like to do a degree after your second year, again, 72 UCAS points, and then you come on to part 3. For the person that is asking about the foundation degree, a merit after your foundation degree will mean that you can go on to our 3rd year Bachelor of Science with honours. So you'll do your dissertation and these modules for your 3rd year and top up and make it a full degree. Okay, any other questions about that?
Don't think we've got any more about that. We do have one that's kind of related. So if someone has applied for the level 2 course, but they're not an experienced rider, is that okay? Sort of, will they be able to take part in lessons? Will they be able to do some kind of riding as part of the course?
So if you have no riding experience on the level 2, the riding elements are assessed. So it wouldn't be fair for you to ride as part of the course and be assessed on it if it's not enough time to get up to standard in 1 year. That's not to say that you won't be able to have lessons at the equestrian centre. The Brooksby Equestrian Centre is a commercial yard, so you'd be able to have lessons there, but that would be external to college, and that would be extra that you'd be paying for. However, we do ride assessments to check that you're at the level that we think you would be able to achieve over the year. For the ride assessment, we'll be looking at you walk, trot, canter and going over a small fence. So if you think that you wouldn't be capable of that, we can have a chat. The non-riding pathway is fantastic. And if you are looking to go into working on a yard or working for a competition rider, what I always say to all of my students is that ground schooling, so lunging, long reining, working horses from the ground essentially, that is so much more important. I don't know about you, Alex, but when I've worked for professional riders, they don't want me to be riding their horses, they want me lunging them, because they're the ones who want to be riding their professional horses. And they're the only ones that want to be training and competing on them. So if they can have a groom that is highly skilled in ground schooling and has a good level of experience that they've started to develop with us, then that is a much, I always think it's a much better tool to set you up from an employable point of view. So don't worry if you don't ride, and don't worry if you don't get onto the riding pathway with us. It's so good for the future that you have the ground schooling element as well. So please bear that in mind, and don't worry if you don't ride. It's not the end of the world. So there's much more behind the industry.
Can I just add to that as well, with the BHS as well, you've got opportunity to ride with that, so and work your way up through the stages. So your stage 1, they will be progressing you, or through the stages. So there are additional, I know Joe said about the Arts Commercial as well, but there are opportunities to ride through that as well.
Lovely, thank you. So we've had a couple more questions come through. The first one is, please can you give an overview of the level 3 equine course?
Yes, I can. Let me bring you back to the progress map. Hopefully you can see this. So if we have a look at the level 3 here, where I've highlighted, this is year 1. So these are the modules that everybody will be doing. So equine structure, form and function is your biology unit. Now this is an exam that is taken at the end of the year. That's around May kind of time. We have our work experience module. So there's some written assignments for that, and you will partake in some work experience, so 150 hours of work experience over the year. Horse tack and equipment is one of our practical units, kind of self-explanatory. That goes alongside with our equine health and husbandry, which is caring for horses, some first aid and things, and our preparation and presentation of the competition disciplines, for the competition disciplines. So these 3 practical units work hand in hand. We also have, the practical modules are assessed via some written assignments and practically. So we'll watch you putting on tap, we'll watch you putting on a double bridle, and you'll be assessed on that. We have equine behaviour. Really interesting, and I teach this, so I love this module. So that's the written assignments for that module, and then we have nutrition. Okay, and then as the riding pathway, we have flat riding and jump riding, and we also have working horses from the ground. Sorry, just to go back to equine diet and nutrition, this is also an exam. So for the level 3 course, we have 2 exams. Okay, everything else is all assessed either practically, verbally, or through written assignments. Okay, and then once you've got your pass for your year 1, you'll go on to the second year, and all of the modules are here. Again, all assessed practically or through written assignments. There is 1 exam in the second year. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that gives you a good oversight of all of this. As I say, after this Q&A, we'll post this for you to have a look at.
Lovely. So let me just pop you live again. Lovely. So we've got one more question. Will I store / keep my riding gear at the college, or will it have to be taken on the bus when needed?
Okay, so we have locker rooms up at the yard for all of your equipment to stay in. So everybody will be allocated a locker room in that induction week that I mentioned at the beginning. You will need to bring a padlock. So that's either a padlock with a key or with a code, depending whatever you prefer. If you've got a memory like mine, you probably need a key, because I'm useless with codes on padlocks. But yes, you can keep your things up there. So there's space for you to have boots, hat, back protector, and your whip and things, all staying at the yard. Obviously, if you want to take it home with you, then you're more than welcome to. I know a lot of people won't have 2 sets of things if you're riding at home and riding with us. Even on the non-riding pathway, so the ground schooling pathway, you will need to have hat, gloves, boots suitable to be on the yard. And we do recommend having some steel toe cap boots whilst on the yard. But we would expect you, when handling horses, to be wearing either yard boots or black riding boots or boots and gaiters. But there is space for you to keep it at the yard.
Fantastic, thank you very much. We've had another question. So will one of Brooksby's horses be provided for the riding assessments? If so, will the applicant get a chance to meet the horse before the assessment?
Do you want me to take this one? So yes, we use our nice, super safe, steady eddies for the riding assessment. So it will be the Brooksby horses that are used for that. Obviously, you know, we haven't seen any of you ride before. So, you know, we need to make sure that we are providing, you know, your sort of typical riding school horses for the riding assessment. But you just, you know, we do have a large variety of horses. We've got ex-eventers. We've got one that's, or a couple out doing BS, well, when they're allowed to again. Also ex-racers. So we've got a really large variety of horses. Unfortunately, no, you can actually, if you're wanting to book some lessons beforehand, you could possibly meet, you know, some of the horses that would be used for the riding assessment. Get a feel for the horses and the yard and the arenas and things like that and facilities. So, but if you were wanting just to come straight for the riding assessment, then you know you would just meet the horses on the day for that. And the riding assessment is really simple as well. You know, it's be 4 or 5 riders within the assessment, and then it will be instructed. So, you know, we'll tell you to walk, trot, canter, and then it'll be a small jump, poles, and then a small jump as well. So, you know, it's quite a nice riding assessment.
We love our horses. If you want to have a look at some of our horses, have a look on the Instagram pages. I've got a picture of the mares that I'm going to put up from last night. But we love our horses and we miss them very much at the moment. Those of us that can't be at the yard. Obviously, our yard staff who are there at the moment are getting the place ready for you guys to come. We're so excited. And the horses are having a lovely break. But yes, they're all enjoying the grass now and getting nice and fat. We need to get some students back so that we can get them fit again.
Lovely. So shall we quickly, we've got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
We haven't got any new questions, but I think it'd be nice to talk about our facilities and just go through what we've got up at the yard, so the rehabilitation centre and all the equipment in there and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 3 arenas in use, 2 indoor. The large indoor school has a huge gallery, a gallery that's available, which is amazing fun when we have competitions, student competitions and things that are student led, and it's just such a lovely atmosphere that all the students are all cheering in the gallery whilst all the students are able to compete, so that's really nice. We have 3 different yards that we use for our horses, so we have a variety of stabling types, so you can get used to different bedding, different stabling types, different yards, different ways of working. Everywhere that you go will be different, but we have a very wide range of things for you to get used to, so that's really positive. Like Alex said, we have a range of horses that have done a range of jobs through their lifetime. We have ex-computing horses that have come to us for a bit of a quieter life and to have some pampering by students and from us. We also have our rehabilitation centre, which has our water treadmill in it. This is fully available for our students to use for research, and as part of the second year level 3, there is a therapy and rehabilitation module that they get fully involved on using the treadmill, which, as far as your employability skills, is absolutely spot on. Not very many people get the opportunity to be able to not only see the machine and see horses on the machine, but also to take part, get involved with the maintenance, with the running, with a whole fitness plan for a horse. So it is a fantastic opportunity for students to get involved with. And for our HE students, we've got so much available that you would be able to look into for research and things. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to get some research going this year with our degree students, with our 3rd year degree students. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anything that I've missed, Alex? I get all excited about the water treadmill.
Just think, if you mentioned the mechanical horse, we've got that as well.
Oh, no, not talked about the mechanical horse.
Yeah, so we've got the mechanical horse that again we can use for research and really looking at you know, rider position, and we've got the mirrors in there as well, so we can do some analysis with that. Which would be really interesting for the students as well to have a look at and see themselves, you know, what they actually look like when they're riding. And we've also got the mirrors in the large indoor as well, so they can see it, you know, when they're on an actual horse. So they can be really useful tools during lessons and things like that as well.
And all of our students have the opportunity to use the mechanical horse. So level 3 all the way up to degree level. We want you to develop your skills as a rider and as an instructor. If that is a path that you're going to take, we need you to be able to analyze other people's position, your own position, and think of like innovative ways for you to be improving your way of going and your general riding. So it's great fun. We do all sorts of silly things on a mechanical horse. So I get people sitting backwards and going as fast as they can and all sorts. That's good fun.
Yeah, we've also got.
I think we've come to the end, unfortunately. We've run out of time. But what I've done for everyone is I've popped our email address in the Q&A. So if anyone does have any further questions, email us and we'll get a reply to you as soon as possible. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.